Hey, this is Notser, and this is the Tier 5 German cruiser Königsberg. It has 9 main guns, 2 secondary guns, 14 AA guns, 12 torpedoes, a top speed of 32.9 knots, total health 24,300. For my modules, reduced crit chance on main battery, increased main battery accuracy, reduced flood and fire chance. For my commander, situation awareness, basic firing training, faster turret traverse, lower cooldown on damage control, and advanced firing training. We are on the map Solomon Islands, and I am embracing the AP. Last time, you might have seen me using HE most of the time. Well, that's nearly gone. I'm trying to use a lot of AP with the German cruiser in particular, since they get a bigger reward for using AP, and their HE round does less when you compare it to the US cruisers or the Japanese cruisers. Solomon Islands is interesting. You can kind of fire over the islands into the enemy if you get line of sight. Case in point, enemy cruiser is spotted by a friendly, and I'm going to try and engage him through the island. Now, I'm not going to fire AP until I feel comfortable with the target. This is not a comfortable shot. This is, the start of the match. Just trying to get anything on him. Maybe a fire. That's really what HE's good for, in my opinion, is to cause them to use damage control and have to go into an area where they don't have protection. We can clearly see all of the enemy aircraft are coming this way, and with the upgraded hull, I'm pretty average on killing aircraft, but, I keep good angling, have the AA do damage to the target, set the torpedo as the primary, and see how much we can take out before they try and bomb either the friendly cruiser that's... It's another Königsberg, so both of our AA is pretty garbage, but it's satisfactory for this situation. We have what looks like 2 enemy battleships over by A. Most of the enemy appears to be in between A and a little bit past B, but no one's over by C other than my team. And you can see this torpedo attack. I figured he wanted to come for me, so I was just trying to keep as far away as I can, keep him in my sights, and force him to spend extra time under my AA guns. You can see they're going off, they're not really doing much. We actually finally take out one of the torpedo bombers, and looks like he's pulled off. Somehow we killed 3 in back to back to back. We got HE loaded, HE. I would say it's 70-30. 70-30 for the German AP to HE ratio that I'd like. If anytime you're obviously fighting a battleship, you would like to use HE to set them on fire. Get the fires to go, because the fire does a ton of damage, 250 a tick. That's an extreme amount of damage. Looks like he just put it out. Nope, it's still there. It just looked like it. He is avoiding all these torpedoes like a boss, though. The torpedoes probably needed to be... Oh! One hits the front of his hull. Usually bow and stern strikes with a torpedo will cause flooding, so most likely he saw it flood and he used damage control to compensate. The friendly destroyer that sent out the torpedoes unfortunately died, and oh crap! We're taking big shots. We are a paper. We are literally a paper ship in the truest sense of the word. We're not some mythical creature that never existed. No, we don't have any armor, okay? We see that there's an enemy Clemson and a Kolberg pushing the middle, and they're going right for the carrier, so we gotta stop them. And this is the wheelhouse for the Königsberg. Fighting enemies that don't return fire. You can see I have range on pretty much the entire map, and great accuracy, great velocity. It's a real treat to pilot this ship in this situation, and I think we're pretty much the only person who's land shots consistently on this Clemson, so yeah, 1 down, 1 to go. Switch to the Kolberg. The Kolberg is the tier 3. It's an up-armored Dresden, basically, and we've got AP loaded, and you can see AP just does more damage. Even though we're not getting citadel penetrations, we are still melting this guy's armor. Combination of my shot and someone else did a ton of damage there. He's down to, we do 3,200. Are we going to get the kill? Friendly gets the kill. Great. We've helped save the aircraft carriers, and that is an important role that you should play, especially German cruisers with your range. You have the ability to engage targets all over the map. That's pretty unique for the German cruiser line. You're not some US cruiser that has really low velocity rounds. It's very hard for you to engage. You have high velocity rounds that reach out and touch everything on the map. And I'm just excited to get through this line, see it improve, get past the paper of the armor. Hopefully someone gets cardboard, or maybe bronze. Just something that looks. Oh yeah, there's a good citadel penetration. Can we get another? Something that resembles armor. 3 more, 12,000 points of damage. 1 more salvo, and it should be good. And you can see how much damage we're taking right here. We are basically giving ourselves up to get this kill. This is where it's dangerous to be in this ship. He misses with his salvo. We finish him off. We get another citadel penetration. His last salvo doesn't hit us, thankfully. But you can see, jeez. We only were taking damage for probably 10 seconds, and we're already below 50%. It's just one of those ships where you can't take damage. And in my opinion, if a ship can't take damage, it's not very useful. There's too many scenarios where people are going to pick on you. I especially will pick on you. Now that I know that pretty much every German cruiser has no armor, I'm going to go after you even if you're at full health. You should take every opportunity in a multiplayer game and exploit it. It's one of those things they should address. It shouldn't be this pathetic, I think. See an enemy cruiser pushing on the western flank. I would like to capture B. I see that there's an enemy aircraft carrier and a destroyer. I'm well aware of that. Just going to use a gun cooldown on this particular target, then, swap back to the carrier or the destroyer if it's possible. I figure the carrier is taking fire from my friendlies. Yeah, the Zuiho is way low. He's a primary target. Anytime people see carriers, they just light up and they instantly switch, even if they don't have a good shot. Don't blame them. Carriers, well, next patch, Japanese carriers will be scary again. This patch, it's all about that Essex and that Midway, man. Those are just, they ruin your day at high tier. That's all I gotta say for people who haven't experienced it yet. And we're capturing with the Kuma. I would like to capture before I actually risk taking damage. The enemy aircraft carrier is taken out. We try and fire on the Omaha before the island, and nope, smacks into the island. Enemy Nicholas is right on top of us. The friendly Kuma is successful in avoiding, but there's a huge rock in the way, of course. Wow, they point blank. High fire, that is risky, okay? I could have hit the friendly, but you know what? It's his ship, it's not my ship. I'll gladly fire on his ship. No, I would never risk the life of a teammate. I was just trying to make sure that the Nicholas did not send out some magical torpedoes on him. Gotta keep the Kuma full health. Enemy Langley, enemy Omaha. We got an enemy New York behind us. We're just gonna try and fire on the Langley. You can see, we basically have range on the entire map. If there were no islands in the way, we could devastate everything. This is just insane at this tier. The level of range you get. Omaha either disconnected, don't know what. Module knocked out, but he's not moving. Looks like the Kuma ran aground. And we fired. We did some damage. Don't know if we'll get the kill on the Langley, but he is done for. And most of this with AP. Yeah, there we go. Taken out. Just have that enemy New York, the cruiser that we were engaging, and one other battleship. I believe it was a Wyoming. Either way, they're slow as balls. US battleships, they can't really go anywhere effectively. If a different scenario occurred, they could have potentially put pressure on us at our base, but they barely got to A in time to react to the enemies trying to push through the middle, and at that point, too many losses were sustained. So you kind of just have to go with the flow in those US battleships. So we see the New York, we've got AP loaded. I still want to see if AP is worth firing at a battleship. That's okay, I guess. I am giving up the chance to set him on fire for a little bit extra damage in the German cruisers, and that's not good at all. No, we can't have that, so we're going to switch the next salvo to HE. Yeah, too little damage for the amount of rounds that are making contact. So HE it is. That's the only issue I see with German cruisers is HE is pretty important, and it's really hard to justify giving it up. There's so many battleships, destroyers, aircraft carriers. All these targets you want to burn, or at least do module damage. And it really limits your ideal targets. Of course, we haven't been successful with HE as far as fires on the ship. He is... Whoa, he just got detonated by a torpedo. Okay. The New York is no longer with us. Now it's just the Wyoming and that cruiser. We're going to fire on the Wyoming. Sorry about that glitch. And we got to just keep the guns going. We're aiming 75% up the hole. Nearly the top of the hole. And the game ends like that. Wow, that was a fast game. I just really enjoyed that breakthrough defense. 4 kills, Citadel penetrations, 1486 base XP, about 65,000 points of damage. Solid. Really enjoy this ship. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.